Thank you. I don't think it was okay there. Okay, so that's the best we're gonna have to do on that, which I know is not ideal, but,
Are you using Excel?
we are going to be using Excel a lot.
So how?
So yeah,
The
we
nice
definitely
thing
choose a
is-
really crappy
This is not gonna be the best video. I will tell you, my video from yesterday's lecture is gonna be a lot better. Okay, from Kaltura. This is a YouTube video. Now, the thing is, I am gonna need to use the board here for a minute, so you guys can give me honest. All right, so yesterday or whatever we talked last, we talked about correlation, right? So the formula for the correlation coefficient is, there's my thing here. The sum, so we use the letter R for correlation. Okay, oh, that's really terrible. Let's see. Okay, that's a little better. We're going to use a darker marker. R equals xi minus x bar over s of x. Now, let me ask you a question. I'm not done with the formula yet. But what I've written so far, does that look like any other formulas you've seen before?
Yeah, like the other,
It's backwards.
The other one, which formula is that?
to find the,
It's backwards.
I know, it will be fine when we.
Oh.
What does it look like? It looks like the normal distribution function because that's what it is, okay? That's part of it. We're also going to do yi minus y bar over s of y. All over n minus 1. That's your formula for the correlation coefficient. Yes, Allie?
Is that an S or a 5?
That's an S,
Okay, sorry.
okay? So, I'm going to give you this formula on the test and on the quiz. Okay, I'm going to have you do this in Excel. So I promised you, you're going to know what 2 of the test questions are going to be on the computer portion. What's the first one? Dylan, you know.
I didn't hear the questions I was typing.
Oh. Okay. What's one of the test questions going to be on the computer part of the exam next week?
Like the exact question. I can't read minds, I don't know, but.
Oh, I told you guys, it's recorded now. See, when you say you didn't tell me, I'll be like, yeah, I did, it's on video, watch it. I told you last week what one of the test questions was gonna be.
Do you know how much information we get in our heads all day?
Okay, well, you're all gonna fail. You don't know what we're talking about.
Lovely.
Okay? You're gonna have to find the standard deviation by hand. That's gonna be one test question. What's gonna be a second test question?
This one.
This one. You're gonna have to find the correlation coefficient by hand. Now, do you think Excel can figure it out a lot easier?
Yeah.
Yes, and how many points are you gonna get for that?
I'm here.
Lens.
0 points, okay? But we're gonna figure this out by hand. Now, I will give you this formula, I will not give you the steps. If you want to memorize the steps, you are welcome to do so, okay? So here are your steps to find the correlation coefficient. Okay? Now, what does X bar mean? Find the mean, okay? So step number 1 is find the mean for both your X variable and your Y variable. What do you think S sub X stands for?
Standard deviation.
Standard deviation of X. Second step, find the standard deviation of your X variable and your Y variable. Okay? Now, as we mentioned before, what is this part of the equation? Essentially. Yeah, is this, yeah. So find the z-scores for your X and your Y variable. Okay? What is this telling you to do with those z-scores?
Oh, that's the same.
What is it?
No, those are S's.
These are both S's. But this whole piece is a z-score, right? And this is also a z-score. What are we doing with these z-scores, Allie? You're going to multiply the z-scores. What does this mean? What's it? Find the sum of the products. And finally, what does it tell you to do last? So number 6, divide by n minus 1. Okay? So we are going to do an example here. But what I'd like to do is I'd like to collect some data. Okay? Now I apologize because I know that this is going to be a little hard because of the angle here is not the greatest. Okay? All right. So let me ask you first a quick question. Do you think a person's shoe size and their height are related to each other?
Yes.
Yes, probably. Do you think that would be positively correlated or negatively correlated?
Positive.
Positively correlated. Because, why do you say that?
Because the bigger shoes usually measure taller.
Bigger shoes are taller, right? And smaller shoes are shorter people, right? Okay? So here's what we're going to do. So yesterday in our class, we tried to see if there was an association between a person's pulse rate and their height. Okay? It was actually a little bigger than I expected. But we're going to do a different problem. So if you want to see a different problem, go check out the video from yesterday. But we're going to see if a person's shoe size and their height are associated. You think they will be? Okay? So now the question is, which one's the explanatory and which one's the, maybe I'll turn this back here for a second. Which one do you think is the explanatory and which one do you think is the response variable?
The shoe size would be explanatory and height would be no, opposite of shoe. Height is explanatory.
So really, does one cause the other? Not really. They're probably associated. This is a case where it probably doesn't matter. So this one I'll let you choose how you want to do it. Okay? It's not like if we did the exercise and weight, that one had a clear answer, right? Shoe size and height doesn't really have a clear answer. So which one do you want to be which?
Shoe size explains.
Shoe size is going to explain a person's height. Okay? So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to collect some data in our class, and I want you to tell me your shoe size and your height, and we're going to collect that data, and we're going to put it in Excel.
Aren't girls' shoe sizes and men's shoe sizes are on a different scale?
They're on a different scale, so what would that be called?
Conflict.
Maybe just transfer it though.
We're going to ignore it, but it is an important consideration. Okay? Women and men have different shoe scales, right?
Shoe size is height too, or the girls would add to.
We could do that, but what would that be called if we ignored that, which we're going to do? If we ignored this, that would be called a what? Lurking variable. Very good. Who said it?
She did.
Okay, well, you got to speak up louder so I can hear you. When you whisper it, I can't hear, and then the wrong person gets credit.
That's okay, I want to present credit.
All right, so here we go. Am I looking at the right thing? Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a person's shoe size and their height. So we're calling the shoe size the X variable, the height is the Y variable. So Bradley,
Yeah.
what's your shoe size?
Size 9.
9, and your height?
6.
What is it?
6 feet.
6 feet tall, that's 72 inches, okay? Abby, what's your shoe size?
7.5.
7.5, and your height?
5'5".
5'5", so that's 65 inches, okay? Kara,
Cassidy.
Cassidy, got the C right.
I'm a 9.
You're a 9, and your size?
5'8".
5'8" to 68 inches. Okay. Annie,
I'm size 8 and I'm 5'5".
and you're what?
5'5".
5'5", so you're 65 inches tall. Allie,
I'm size 8 and I'm 5'3".
5'3", so you're 63 inches tall. Why am I having a hard time remembering? It's Kara.
9 and
9 and what?
5'6".
5'6", so you're 66 inches tall. Dylan,
She said 11.
11.
And I'm 6'1".
6'1", so you're 73 inches tall. And Emma,
I'm 5'4" and 7.5.
7.5 and 5'4", 64 inches tall. All right, now this might be a trick question. Well, what's the first thing you're supposed to do?
Order.
What'd you say?
You order.
Order them. Actually, that is the exact. I'm gonna write that on the board. Do not sort your data. Where did I put my pen?
Wait, the first thing we're going to do is to
Do not sort your data.
Why not?
Why?
It screws it up. I'll show you we'll do that at the end. Okay? Do not sort it. Okay? Now, what's the first thing you're supposed to do? Graph it. That was the right answer. I thought you were going to tell me to find the mean, and I would be like, no, that's the second step. Graph it. What are we graphing?
Scatter plot.
We're graphing the scatter plot. Very good. Okay? Now, here's how you do a scatter plot. I'm going to highlight, include the words shoe and hide in here. That will make your life a lot easier if you do that. If you don't, it's going to make your life harder. Insert. You can see these dots here. That's a scatter plot. So you're going to pick the first one right here. Wow. But now, you should compare this with yesterday's video, because yesterday's video is very different. Okay? So,
The pulse of your heart would depend on how fit you are. It would depend on your height. Sorry.
it'll be fine. You should watch yesterday's video. So, would you say, based on this scatter plot, now we do have quite a small sample size. We only got, what, 9, 8 people in here?
Oh, it's pretty linear.
Looks linear, right?
What about you? Are you inspired by data?
Oh, I should be part of that. We can put me in there. Do you want to put me in there?
Yeah.
So I'm size 12 and I'm 6'4", so that's 76 inches. We'll see if I'm an outlier. Okay, so highlight your data, insert, scatter. Oh wow, look what that did. That really changed the graph. Okay, now, am I done with my graph?
No.
No. What do you do?
Excellent.
You do a title and, more importantly, axis titles, right? How do I do axis titles?
You press the plus sign.
Plus sign?
And you click axis title.
Axis titles, what's down here?
Size.
Shoe size. And over here,
Is the height
height in
in inches?
inches. Okay, we changed the height in inches because they're new. Okay, and what should I put for a title here?
Correlation between shoe size and height.
How about stat 1045? That's where we got our data from, right? Okay. All right, now we do kind of want to check for outliers. Let's pretend for a moment, because you know what? Actually, here's what we're going to do. Because Emma did give me everything backwards. Let's say that she gave me her shoe size was 64 and she was 7.5 inches tall. Okay. Do you think you would notice that that was a serious outlier?
Yeah.
Okay. That would make a big, so Emma would be what we would call a very influential point, because even though most of those points are upward, Emma might turn it downward because she's an outlier, okay? If there was only one of them, you could still see she's an outlier. Or if, yeah, so if I put 7.5, she's clearly an outlier there, right? Okay? So outliers can be very influential. Now, if we had another one, like,
Do you make you totally stop?
let's do this. What if I made myself 100 inches tall, or 100, whatever, and I made this person 30. Okay? Those would tend to balance themselves out. So it's kind of hard to tell if they would be influential or not, right? Okay? So when we do want to check for outliers, in this case we don't have any, but yes, you should be able to spot those from the scatter plot and say, hey, I think there might be a typo. Or maybe there's not. I will tell you this. Oh, I didn't tell my other class that. This is pretty interesting. So there's this video that we used to make some of my online students watch. It was called Super Croc. Okay? They found a head of an alligator in Africa, in the desert of Africa. So at one time, Africa was not a desert. It was a very big swampland. Okay? They only found the head of the alligator. The head was 6 feet long. It was as long as me. Can you imagine? But they only found the head, and they said, how big is this alligator? Okay? So what they did is they took a bunch of modern alligators and they measured their head versus their body length. And then they said, okay, so if this alligator head was 6 feet long, how long do you think it would be if we had found the whole body?
30.
Yeah. How long?
30 something. You're gonna say 40 or 50.
40 feet long. They actually made a model of what they thought this alligator would look like. Took up a whole room.
Holy
Ginormous.
cow.
Okay, so once in a while.
What if it just had a big head though?
Yeah, what if it had a big head and just stubby body, you know? But, so you can use correlation for prediction, and some of those outliers are legitimate, like this alligator head really was 6 feet long. Unbelievable. So, anyway. All right, so let's go through. Does it look like a straight line that might be good for our, good to do?
Yeah.
It's good to proceed on this, okay?
Mhm.
So we think a straight line is going to be good to proceed. Okay, so step number 1 is what?
You mean step 2?
Yeah, step 2. Step 2, which is labeled step 1 on the board, is what, Bradley?
Find the mean.
Find the mean. Okay, how do I do that?
You can highlight the shoe size data.
Okay, you can highlight it, but I'm going to tell you not to do that, because if you do that, it will, you should always put a gap between your data and your totals. Okay?
Question on the test.
Because some of you are not going to do that. You're going to do what Abby just said, and then you're going to put it here, and you're going to mix up your mean with your data, and then it's going to screw up your other calculations.
I found it.
What is it?
The croc.
Oh, Super Croc?
Yeah.
Yeah, did you see what it looks like?
Yeah.
Yeah, check it out after class. Okay, so how do you find the mean? What is it?
Add them together and divide the quantity.
Is there a better method than that?
Yeah, you can type an average.
You can type in average, and then you say, curse Bill Gates for not using the right word, right? Okay, the average of that, so the average shoe size is a 9, and the average height is 68 inches. Oh, that's weird. Usually, I would expect
Exact
that.
same data that my stuff is.
What'd you say?
My information is the mean for both of them. My shoe size and my height.
Oh, wow, you're just an average student.
And
Okay, so if you want to see the prototypical student, that would be Cassidy. Okay. All right, now what's the next step? Find the standard deviation. Can I do that quickly and easily because we're short on time? Yes, what is it?
Street there.
STW, right? Which one do I pick?
sample.
Yeah, we're almost always gonna pick sample, except for on a test question, I might make you do a population sometime, but yes, should be the sample for this, okay? The standard deviation is 1.5 shoe sizes and 4.5 inches. Okay? Now, what's the next step?
Find these scores.
Find the z-score. So we need to find the z-score for the shoe, and we need to find the z-score for the height. No, yeah, height. Okay, now here's the thing. Here's what I'm going to recommend. On your test, when I have to grade these, if I can figure out what you were trying to do, I'm going to give you more points than if I don't have a clue what you're doing. Okay? So if you can add in little labels like this, that will really help me out a lot. Okay? Now, how do we do such a thing? It must be Annie's turn.
What did you ask?
What's the next step?
Oh, we have to find the z-scores.
Find the z-scores. Can you help me do that? Z-score for the shoe?
Yeah, so we have to, let me move that, I forgot how to do it. So, do this. Okay, so we have to do x minus the mean over the standard.
X minus the mean. So tell me what to click on first.
The x score, like the x
The
value.
9?
Yeah,
Is that what you're saying? Okay.
yeah.
9.
And then,
What's my phone doing over there?
and then subtract the mean, so 9.
9 minus 9.
And then you have to divide all of that by the standard deviation, which is 1.56.
1.56. Okay, is that correct?
Yes.
Now, the reality is she chose all the correct numbers, but it's going to give her the wrong answer. 3.23 is not the correct answer, even though she picked all the right numbers.
Because you have to
Yeah.
subtract them first and then divide it.
Yeah, so how do we do that?
Parentheses.
Parentheses, okay? So now we're going to add parentheses for the numerator. Oops. So it was, remember, it was 3.23, and now the correct answer is 0. Okay? All right, now 0 is the correct answer, but there's still a mistake. Okay, do you want me to show you why there's a mistake? Would you like to copy that formula?
No,
You wouldn't? I would like to copy it.
it needs to have absolute values.
Right, because when we try to copy this formula down, look at that, didn't work.
Because there's nothing like
You get
that.
F4s
We need the F4. What numbers do we need the F4 here?
at 14.
The A14, we need the F4 that one, because we always want to divide by 1.56. Is that the only one?
A13.
We also need the F4, the A13. Okay? The answer is still 0. But now, when we copy this down, it's going to work. I don't know why my phone's doing that. I apologize.
Question, so if we were to set this up, do we have to have that many decimals? Like, can we change it to only have like 4
So-
decimal points out, or do you want us to keep all of
Just
them?
leave it alone, it's fine. Yeah. Now, let me back up a second here. Okay, so these are all the correct answers, but I'm gonna erase them for just a minute. Now, the way she did it the first time, okay, you can actually copy that down. Oh, let's pretend that she did the F4, but she forgot the parentheses. Okay? Now, I want you to know that these are all wrong answers, but they are valid numbers, right? Here's how you know that these are clearly wrong, okay? There are no negative values. Oh my gosh, be quiet. Oh, it's because I put that stupid thing on my phone. I gotta take that off. Here, I'll do this. Now it's quiet. If you don't get any negative, you should get positive and negative values, and generally speaking, they should be between mostly zeros, ones, and twos, both positive and negative. I've got a 5 and a 6 in here. While that's not technically a problem, it's probably a problem, okay? So if you get a value like 55 in here, ain't no way that's correct, okay? So make sure that you use your parentheses here. You're gonna have to hurry up because we're running out of time here, okay? As we do these. Now, Bradley, can you do the same thing for the height?
No.
No? Dylan, can you?
So you're just doing the exact same thing. So it's, you can start at 72.
But what do you forget?
Parentheses.
Parentheses. Don't forget the
I was
parentheses.
gonna add the
Oh, yeah, those are the beginning. Yeah. So click on the 72.
minus the mean,
Which mean?
68,
68.
close parentheses.
Nope, not yet.
Oh, F4,
F4,
not close parentheses,
now close parentheses,
divided by
divided by.
F4, and then the, well, standard deviation first.
You gotta click it first before you F4.
No.
Okay?
Equal.
Press enter. Okay?
Check it out.
We're gonna copy that down. Okay? Now, the next step is what, Ally?
Multiply these sources
We're
together.
gonna find the product of the z-scores, okay? So that would be what? Ally? Oh, click.
Oh. You put the one z score, like z score.
So the 0
Yeah.
times,
And then you put the other z score.
what is it?
The 2.8.
0.872, right. Do I need to F4 any of these? No, I should not F4 them, okay? Now, I'm gonna copy that down. Okay, what's the next step? Abby,
You are gonna find the sum of,
find the sum. How can I do that quickly and easily?
The E button.
The E, that's a signal, but yeah, it looks like an E. Okay, to us Americans. Got 7.33. Kara, what's the next step? Divide by n minus 1. Now, this is a trick question. So is your n, okay, that says it's 9. Is it 9 or is it 18? What do you think?
No.
Vote, who says it's 9?
There's only 9 people.
Who says it's 18? Okay, you must have watched this video. Yes, so 9 is correct. Okay, so this n minus 1, if I add a note here, it's your number of pairs. N is the number of pairs. Yeah, it's 9 people that we're talking about. We didn't measure 18 people, we only measured 9, okay? So we're gonna take this one and we're gonna divide by 8.
Right, and minus 1.
Okay, so divide by 8 gives us a value of 0.917. That's a lot higher number than we got yesterday. Now, do you remember, is this strong, moderate, weak, or no correlation?
you divided by 8 and not 9?
Yeah,
Divided by
because
8.
n minus 1.
N minus 1.
Oh,
Is it weak?
Is this weak correlation? This is strong. How do we know?
Over 0.7.
Strong correlation because it's greater than 0.7. Okay? Gosh, we barely finished on time. Not quite. I feel like you guys could do most of the homework. So if I should make it do Monday or Wednesday.
Wednesday. Always.
You got all weekend to do it, right?
But we have all
It's
other
other
classes
classes.
also. to
Yeah,
do.
but my class is the only one that matters.
Actually, no, it doesn't. Because it's not my major.
All right.
Discuss it.
Okay, so,
I don't know when.
if you really want to do Wednesday, I guess we can do Wednesday.
There's a good stuff.
Okay, so Monday, let's meet in, well, do we need to meet in here? Do you want to meet in here?
Might as well. I think it's easier to just say, let's always meet, right?
Do you want to do that, except for tests? We'll meet in our regular classroom to do that away from test. That sound good?
I know you.
Because I'm pretty sure this room is always available. So we'll just plan on meeting here all the time except for tests. How's that?
Which is on Wednesday.
No, it's Friday.
Friday.
When he will.
Well, it could be Wednesday if you take the written test in the testing center.
Oh, cause you won't have classes.
Yeah, so if I have it, I'll let you know by either Tuesday on the announcement or Wednesday if I get stuff, okay? So, I don't know, I haven't been able to get one yet.
Try hard.
I'm trying hard, but, I'm gonna put it in the testing center and I'll cancel if I have to.
Yay.
So we'll meet here on Monday and we'll just plan on this room from now on, except for
And then
test
we'll
days.
take the test in testing center Wednesday.
We'll take the test in the testing center Wednesday if you want for free, and Thursday also for free for the community part. Okay? So I will post a link probably in the announcements because I can't post this into my media. So we will see you all Monday.
Let me ask you a question, so next week, both